Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll share the complete roadmap along with free resources to become a DevOps engineer in 2026. Let me tell you, I share these roadmaps every year and more than 1000 people got placed into DevOps roles just by following our roadmaps along with free resources. And especially for 2026, I've included concepts like AI assisted DevOps and latest trends like observability in the roadmap. So if you want to become DevOps engineer in 2026, make sure you follow the roadmap and also you follow our free DevOps course on YouTube. So I've recently created this free DevOps course on YouTube. Basically, I have a lot of resources on our YouTube channel, but they are in different playlists. To make it simple for you, I created this DevOps Engineer in 3 months course where I've added all the videos in order. So now you don't have to go through different playlists on the channel. You can just start with first episode in the course and you can keep watching all the episodes in the course. By the end of 3 months, you will be absolutely job ready because it covers concepts that you need to learn, it covers scenario based interview questions, and it also covers projects for your resume. Perfect. Once again, you don't have to go through different playlists on the channel. You can just complete this course on our YouTube channel. I'll share the link in the description as well as pinned comment. Perfect. Now let's get started with the DevOps 2026 roadmap. To make it simple for you, I'll break this roadmap in 6 different steps. So the first step is fundamentals of DevOps. So the first thing that you need to learn is fundamentals of DevOps, and this will take around 25 days for you. Second step is to learn a cloud platform. It can be AWS or it can be Azure. And this will take another 25 days for you. And then you need to learn infrastructure as code, typically Terraform. I'll explain you why. And this will take around 10 days for your learning. And then you should learn Python for DevOps instance, and this will take another 10 days for you. And then you should learn AI assisted DevOps. Typically in 2026, it doesn't matter in which stream you are, you should learn how to use AI in your stream to become efficient in the stream. And this will take another 10 days for you. And finally, you should learn observability. In the previous years, observability was optional for DevOps engineers. In 2026, even if you look at the second half of 2025, if you look at the job descriptions, most of the job descriptions started having basic observability for DevOps engineers, and this will only take 5 to 6 days for you. Overall, in 3 months, you will be able to complete your DevOps journey. And by the end of 3 months, as I told you, you will be resume ready and you will be able to start attending the interviews. Now, let me explain how to approach these parts. Okay, so I've explained you. These are the different steps in your journey. Now, let's understand how to complete each step of your journey. Let's start with step one, that is fundamentals of DevOps. Now, you will take 25 days to complete this step as per our course. And the first thing that you will learn is what is DevOps and why DevOps. Now, this is very interesting. This is a prerequisite. Unfortunately, a lot of people skip this prerequisite. What a lot of people do, they start with Linux or maybe they start with concepts like Docker, which is completely wrong because if you want to become a DevOps engineer, you should know what is the scope of DevOps, or at least you should know what are the roles and responsibilities, what you would do if you join as a DevOps engineer in a company, right? So that's why you need to learn what and why aspect first. Other prerequisite is to understand how DevOps fits in software development lifecycle, or how it accelerates the software development lifecycle. Again, this is very, very important. Only then you will learn, like whenever you learn a concept in DevOps or whenever you learn a tool, only if you know why DevOps accelerates software development lifecycle, you can understand the tool better. As I told you, our course will take the same approach. First, you will learn what is DevOps, then you will learn software development lifecycle in DevOps. You will also learn other prerequisites, and then we will start with the first concept, right? Before starting any concept in DevOps, complete this prerequisite and then start with Linux. Now, I'm pretty sure whenever someone says Linux, the first question that you have is how much Linux to learn. My answer would be basic or fundamentals of Linux when you are starting your journey. Don't keep learning Linux for 2 months, Linux for 3 months, because in that case, you will take maybe an year to complete your journey, and it will take more than a year for you to start giving the interviews. And sometimes you might get fed up and you might even quit your journey. So that's why only focus on the basics when you start your journey. As you move, as you keep learning more concepts, as you keep spending more time learning things, then you can learn the advanced portion. Of course, I'll also tell you at one point you need to learn the advanced concepts of Linux. For now, only learn the basics when you start your journey. What is basics? Just understand how Linux is better than Windows, understand why is Linux used very popularly, and then understand how to create a Linux virtual machine, how to log into the machine, what is SSH protocol, and learn basic shell commands to interact with Linux. At this point, only learn this. You should learn top 50 shell commands that are used by DevOps engineers on day-to-day basis. Even this is important for your interviews because a lot of times interviewers prefer to ask you what shell command would you use or how do you implement a particular task using shell or bash. So learn at least top 50 commands that are used by DevOps engineers. Once you learn this, move to the next concept, that is Git. Just like Linux, Git is also very important because on day-to-day basis, developers use version control system. Even DevOps engineers use version control system for infrastructure as code. So you should learn what is version control system and how Git solves this problem. There are different distributions of Git like GitHub, Bitbucket. Learn GitHub. Very simple, straightforward. Learn GitHub. It is free. You can create an account. You can try by creating organizations. Even you can use AI features of GitHub for free of cost. The entire open source ecosystem is on GitHub, which is an added advantage for your interviews. Now, once you are done with this, focus on Ansible. That is, focus on configuration management. Another mistake that people usually do, they try to learn CI/CD at this point. Please don't do that because CI/CD covers multiple tools, it covers multiple concepts. So keep it to the end. I'll tell you when you need to learn CI/CD. For now, learn the basics of configuration management. That is, learn the fundamentals of Ansible and then learn the fundamentals of Terraform. Again, do not learn Terraform for 30 days, do not learn Terraform for 60 days. Only learn the basics of Terraform. Why? Because if you look at Terraform, it is dependent on cloud platforms like AWS. Why DevOps engineers use Terraform? To create infrastructure on AWS, to create infrastructure on Azure. So if you don't understand the services of AWS, if you don't understand services of Azure, there is no point in learning Terraform. Only focus on the basics. What is infrastructure as code? How to install and configure Terraform. Maybe you can write a basic Terraform script to get confident at this point. After this, focus on containers. Why containers? So you should learn what exactly are containers, how are they better than virtual machines, and you should learn different concepts of containers like what is Docker, what is the architecture of Docker. You should learn the networking of containers. You should learn volumes or storage related to containers. You should learn how to start containers, how to create images. Along with that, you should also implement a project related to containers. Basically, to get confident related to containers. And then in the first 25 days of your journey, you should also learn Kubernetes. Again, Kubernetes, people are worried about Kubernetes a lot. People, keep looking at the complexity of Kubernetes. Trust me, Kubernetes is very, very simple if you follow the same order. Because by now, you already know the fundamentals of Linux, you know the fundamentals of containers. So Kubernetes will be a cakewalk. Always remember, there are two important things. One is good to have, two is must have. For your interviews, you should complete must have knowledge first, right? You should complete the must have knowledge. Only then you should go with good to have knowledge. When you look at Kubernetes, when you look at Linux, when you look at Git, there are so many things to learn with respect to these concepts. And trust me, this is a endless journey. You can learn Kubernetes for 1 year as well. You can learn advanced concepts of Kubernetes and master it for 2 years also. But your goal is to become a DevOps engineer, right? So that's why you should know the must have things. Once you get a job, you can then focus on the advanced concepts of Kubernetes. So for the job related learning, you should first start with understanding architecture of Kubernetes. You should understand the basic concepts like creating a Kubernetes cluster, what is a pod in Kubernetes, what are deployments in Kubernetes, what are stateful sets, what are daemon sets, other resources like config maps in Kubernetes, secrets in Kubernetes, right? And you should learn custom resource definitions, Helm, and customize. Of course, you should learn ingress and gateway API in Kubernetes. Trust me, these things are good enough for you for your interviews. I mean, at least getting started. Of course, as you keep giving the interviews, you will learn about scenario based questions. Even in our roadmap, I will cover advanced concepts of Kubernetes. But for getting started, these things are good enough for you. Finally, learn CI/CD and advanced concepts of Linux. As I told you, I'll explain you when to learn advanced concepts of Linux. You should learn the advanced concepts of Linux at this point of time. Here you will learn the folder structure of Linux. You will learn the day-to-day activities of DevOps engineers on Linux, like log management, process management, memory management, right? And other things like what are the projects that DevOps engineers implement on Linux. I'll show you when I go through the course. But this is what you need to learn in the first 25 days of your journey. Abhishek, when it comes to CI/CD, which tools to use? Go with GitHub Actions and Argo CD. These are the things that are currently trending. Most of the job descriptions have these tools. So you can focus on Jenkins plus GitHub Actions for CI and Argo CD for CD. That's all. This will conclude your first part of learning, where you have mastered fundamentals of DevOps. And this is covered in the first 50 videos of our DevOps course. As I told you, this is the DevOps Engineer in 3 months course. The first 52 or 53 videos will cover your 25 days of learning journey or the first part of your journey. I'll quickly walk through it. So we will start with fundamentals of DevOps. As I told you, software development lifecycle. Then you will learn other prerequisites from day 3 to day 7, including videos in the between. You will learn the shell scripting and Linux. Then you will learn Git and GitHub. You will learn popular Git branching strategies. Then you will focus on basics of Ansible as well as Terraform. Once you are done with it, you will start your journey with containers, where you will learn containers, you will learn how to install Docker, how to configure Docker, how to containerize a Python application, multi-stage Docker builds, Docker volumes, Docker networking, and scenario-based interview questions on Docker. Then you will move to the Kubernetes section in our DevOps 2026 course, where you will learn about Kubernetes architecture, how to create Kubernetes cluster. There are 20 videos roughly which will focus on Kubernetes. But Abhishek, at some point, I want to master Kubernetes, like I want to learn various other concepts of Kubernetes. Probably I want to acquire this good to have knowledge as well. Don't worry, just like our DevOps course, we have Kubernetes course as well, where we have close to 40 videos. You can learn all the concepts related to Kubernetes. But for your job point of view, make sure you complete these concepts first. Then you will learn about CI/CD and finally the advanced concepts of Linux, like user management, file management, process management, disk management, Linux networking as well. So I have covered the networking concepts and OSI model related to Linux or the networking as well. So this will be done in the first 53 videos of our course. How much time will you take to complete this? Roughly around 25 days if you spend 2 to 3 hours a day. Then you should learn a cloud platform. The step 2 of your journey is to pick up a cloud platform and master it. Because you already learned DevOps, learning cloud will become very easy. Although I mentioned that it would take 25 days, you can also complete this in the 20 days. Because you already learned DevOps at this point, you already know what is Kubernetes, you already know services like or concepts like virtual machines, you know concepts related to storage, containers. So this will become easy for you. Anyways, in the next 25 days, you should master cloud. Basically, pick up any of the top 3 cloud platforms: AWS, Azure, or GCP. My recommendation would be go with AWS or Azure. That's fine. Even when you look at our 2026 DevOps course, I've added videos related to AWS and videos related to Azure as well. Both of them have 30 videos each, roughly. So you can pick up any cloud platform. If you pick up AWS, skip videos related to Azure. If you pick up Azure, skip videos related to AWS. This is very important. During your learning phase, do not complete both AWS and Azure. Only pick up a cloud platform and master the cloud platform. Choice is yours. You can do a little research about the job openings in your location. According to the research, pick up a cloud platform and complete the videos in the course. You will notice the course has roughly around 160 videos. But if you pick up one cloud platform, you can deduct 30 videos from the 160 videos. So there will be 130 videos that you need to complete in your next 90 days. Cool. What do you learn within a cloud platform? The videos are arranged in the order For example, if you start with AWS, so you will start with learning, first of all, the fundamentals of cloud computing. The fundamentals of cloud computing are almost the same for every cloud platform. Once you learn this, focus on IAM. Again, this is for any cloud platform, identity and access management. Understand how to create users, understand how to grant roles, and how to grant permissions for the services within the cloud platform. Spend good amount of time here because this is a administrative activity that you need to take care of as DevOps engineers. Once you are done with IAM services, focus on compute services. For example, EC2 is a compute service. Autoscaling group is a compute service. Load balancer is a compute service. You should learn services related to compute. Even things like other things like launch templates, etc. Then focus on networking related services. What are networking related services? Typically services around virtual private cloud. Don't worry, I'll walk you through the course and I will explain you every service that you need to learn. First of all, I will list down the type of services that you need to learn. Once you're done with networking, focus on storage related services. For example, S3 buckets on AWS. Then focus on database related services. Then you should focus on, once you complete with storage and databases, focus on CI/CD related services. Or if you want, you can keep CI/CD related services to the end as well. It's totally up to you. Then you need to focus on container related services. For example, services like ECR, the container registry, services like ECS, EKS related to Kubernetes. Then focus on serverless related services. Finally, focus on compliance and security related services. So if you learn these services on any cloud platform, including automation, you will master the cloud platform as well. Abhishek, can you quickly walk through what services to learn? Okay, these are the categories. If you go to our AWS playlist or if you go through AWS related videos in this course, you will understand it very clearly. So start with IAM. The name of the IAM service is AWS IAM itself. Then learn about EC2, the compute related service. Focus on virtual private cloud, security groups, Route 53. Focus on VPC related things like Route 53 as well. Then I have a section for interview questions, scenario based interview questions on compute as well as IAM. Then focus on the automation related or infrastructure related thing, cloud formation template, AWS CLI, and as I mentioned, focus on the CI/CD related services. Then you will learn about Elastic Container Registry, ECR. You will learn about ECS, and you will also learn about EKS. Finally, AWS config, cloud migration strategies, and real-time project on AWS. Same is with Azure as well. I followed same order for explaining Azure related services as well. Now, once you're done with step 2, that is cloud, move to step 3. What is step 3? Infrastructure as code. Now, you have options obviously. You can go with Terraform, you can go with Pulumi, you can go with Crossplane, but you should always start with one tool, and in 2026, that tool is Terraform. No matter, Pulumi is gaining some attention, Crossplane is gaining some attention, but still a lot of companies are using Terraform. And when it comes to your interviews, you should learn Terraform. We have videos on Pulumi, we have videos on Crossplane, but I would only recommend Terraform at this point if you're learning DevOps. What to learn in Terraform? You already learned fundamentals of Terraform in your step one. At this point, focus on the advanced things. For example, learn providers in Terraform, learn state management in Terraform, learn state locking in Terraform, understand the concepts of provisioners in Terraform, right? Understand workspaces in Terraform, learn how to create modules in Terraform, importing resources in Terraform. If you already have resources, how do you import resources in Terraform? You should learn all of this in Terraform. Of course, like I explained in the previous section, even you can go through the videos. The first video is about the fundamentals of Terraform, providers, how to set up multi-region resources in Terraform, Terraform modules, Terraform state management, how to create and use provisioners in Terraform, Terraform workspaces, Terraform vault integration for secret management, and how to identify drift detection. Also, migrate or import resources to Terraform. I have covered all of that in Terraform as well. Then move to step 4, that is Python for DevOps. Python is very important these days, and even as DevOps engineers, you should learn Python. You don't have to master Python, you don't have to write advanced Python programs, but at least for automating your day-to-day activities, you should know how to use Python. I've covered 14, my bad, I've covered 16 videos in Python in this course, and each video will explain you a Python concept, including demonstrations as well. For example, you will start with learning how Python is better than Shell, in which cases you should go with Python over Shell scripting. Then you will learn data types in Python. You will learn keywords, variables. In the next video, you will learn about functions, modules, and packages. You will learn command line arguments, operators, conditional handling, lists and tuples, loops in Python. You will learn how DevOps engineers use Python for file management. You will learn dictionaries in Python, file operations, Boto3 in Python. You will also learn 3 real-time projects in Python, right? So that you can explain these in your interviews, and you can also add these projects to your resume as your day-to-day tasks. Now, these are the classic things that you learn as a DevOps aspirant. On top of that, to make your resume better, go with step 5. In fact, you can stop your journey here as well. But to make it better, to stand out of the competition, you can learn step 5, that is AI assisted DevOps. How you can use DevOps using AI. So you can explain the interviewers how you have integrated AI into your DevOps activities and how you have enhanced your work, that is your day-to-day work in your organization. If you are a fresher, it's even better if you explain, I know how to use AI with DevOps. Have over 10 to 15 videos related to this concept, and you will take 10 days if you are completely new to AI. If you have some understanding on AI better, let's say you have some understanding of AI tools, you know how to use frameworks like Crew AI, you know how to use advanced AI tools like Retool, you will take less time. But if you are a beginner, you will take 10 days to complete this step. I have some interesting videos related to AI assisted DevOps. I started with explaining the fundamentals of AI, then I explained prompt engineering, different techniques like zero shot prompting, multi-shot prompting. Then I covered, you know, a Gen AI project for DevOps engineers. That is how to implement your very first Gen AI project. Then I've also explained how to run AI models locally using Olama. Then I've covered how to implement AI assisted shell scripting, like what modules you can use, what packages you can use. Then I explained AI ops, what exactly is AI ops, and how to implement an AI ops project. Then you will learn how to create your very first AI agent using the Crew AI framework. Then I have covered Docker Model Runner, DMR, and you will also learn how to basically create your own AI agent for internal documentation. Again, this is using Crew AI. Then I've also explained an enterprise AI platform, Retool, and how you can set up a Retool agent for implementing an internal AI agent. Trust me, these are some things you cannot find even in the paid courses, but you can get all of that for free on our YouTube channel. Finally, in step 6, you will learn observability, where I've covered close to 10 videos related to observability, where I've covered concepts like Prometheus, Grafana, ELK stack, Jaeger, OpenTelemetry, including the projects. I've also added PagerDuty recently because it has also become an important thing to know. It will only take 20 to 30 minutes for you to learn how PagerDuty operates in real time. So this will conclude your learning journey. Overall, as I told you, this will take 3 months for you. This is a long roadmap. I totally understand. You cannot complete this journey by taking some 2 to 3 hours during your weekends. You need to spend 2 to 3 hours every day. People who have done it have cleared DevOps rules in the past. Trust me, by taking some you know courses on some platforms and spending 2 hours a weekend, 3 hours a weekend, that will lead you nowhere. What you need to do, even if you take courses, spend 2 to 3 hours every day. With the advancement of AI, the number of jobs have become less. That is true. Fortunately, in streams like DevOps, the impact is very, very less. When you look at streams like development, look at streams like testing, the number of jobs have significantly reduced. But because DevOps is about operations and these large language models, they are still not good at operations, you still have the opportunity. Make sure you make the best utilization of the opportunity. Perfect. So I'll share the course that I created, DevOps Engineer in 3 months. A small thing to clarify you here. This is a course. This is not a playlist. So if you head to our YouTube channel, you will find a courses tab. And within the courses tab, you can find DevOps Engineer in 3 months free course. I'll also share the link in the description as well as the pinned comment. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section. Or if you want to reach out to me personally, you can take membership of the channel. So by clicking on the join button, you can join the channel and you will get exclusive access to our Discord server where you can directly tag me within one of our channels and I will respond to you back in next 2 to 3 hours. You can ask any number of queries on the Discord server. See you all in the next video. Take care.